Hello everybody, this is Jithin P. Narayanan, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Rajagiri School of Engineering and Technology, Cochin, affiliated to Kerala Technological University. This presentation is on Introduction on Mechanisms. That is a topic from the course ME 301, Mechanism Machinery. This course is offered to 5th semester Mechanical Engineering students. Let's move to the presentation. A kinematic pair. A kinematic pair is simply a pair, is a joint of two links having relative motion between them. So we can say that similar kinematic pairs are connected each other to form a mechanism. In the figure you can see a slider crank mechanism. This slider crank mechanism will be sometimes representing a compressor, reciprocating compressor, or a reciprocating pump, or an IC engine. So you can see the four links or the four building blocks, or we can say four elements or the four members of a slider crank mechanism. Here you can see the one which is the first, which is the fixed link, or the frame to which this mechanism is attached. That is a fixed link. 1, 2, which is the crank, it's a rotating part. 3 is our connecting rod, and 4 it is a slider. In case of IC engine and compressor or a reciprocating pump, it will be the piston. Okay, 4 is considered as piston, so sliding block or piston. So these elements or these members or these links are connected each other to form a mechanism. So what is a kinematic pair? We take two of it, two links connected each other. Take link 1 and 2. So link 1 and 2 is connected at the crank shaft. You can see. Okay. So link 1 and 2 is a kinematic pair. Link 2 and 3, that is the crank and the connecting rod. It is another kinematic pair. It is connected. Both of these are connected with the help of a crank pin. Link 3 and 4, that is connecting rod and the piston. It is connected with the help of a Gudgeon pin. In case of IC engine, you can say the pin which connects the connecting rod and the piston is the Gudgeon pin. So link 4 and 1. 4 is sliding over the link 1 or the frame. Frame means it is the, in case of IC engine, it is the cylinder. Inside the cylinder, the piston is moving or sliding. So 4 and 1, between 4 and 1, it has a relative motion, that is a sliding motion. Okay, so these pairs are what is called kinematic pairs. The pairs 1 and 2, that is the fixed frame and crank. 2 and 3, that is crank and connecting rod. 3 and 4, that is connecting rod and piston, is called a revolute pair or turning pair because they have rotation about a particular axis. In this case, you can see the axis is normal to your screen. Okay, normal to your screen. So link 1 and 2, the 2 can rotate about the axis which is along the crankshaft, axis. Okay, similarly link 2 and 3, there is a crank pin, so link 2 can rotate about link 3 about that crank pin, or link 3 can rotate about link 2 about that crank pin. Link 3 and 4, you can see another kinematic pair, that is link 3 can rotate about the block 4, or link 4 can rotate about the block 3. Yes, it is connected with the help of a wrist pin as shown in the figure, or in case of IC engine, it is a Gudgeon pin. We cannot say that it can fully rotate. Okay, piston cannot completely rotate in the about the link 3 connecting rod. About the connecting rod, piston cannot completely rotate. It can have an angular motion, some tilting. Okay, so that is also considered as a turning pair. Okay, if it doesn't need to be rotated completely 360 degree, it can have some angular motion. That is why it is considered as a turning pair, or other name is revolute or turning pair. The link 1 and 4, I told you, between link 1 and 4, that is the fixed frame and the piston, it has a sliding motion in between. Both of them have a relative motion, and the motion is a sliding motion. That is why it is called a sliding pair. So similarly, different kinematic pairs are connected each other to form a mechanism. Now I will introduce different types of kinematic pairs. Before going to the classification of kinematic pair, I need to remember you that the mechanisms which we are discussing is actually planar mechanisms, or the kinematic pairs which we are discussing are actually planar mechanisms. We are not discussing about any kind of spatial mechanisms. Spatial mechanisms in the sense, for example, robotic arms. It have motion in more than one plane. But in our case, the mechanisms or the kinematic pairs which we are discussing is actually having a motion in only one plane. So let's move to the different types of kinematic pairs. So according to the nature of mechanical constraint, we can classify kinematic pairs as closed pair and unclosed pair. So closed pair, as the figure from the figure itself, it is clear that it is actually a cam and follower mechanism, in which cam will be having a rotating motion. It is not, and the follower has a reciprocating motion. The cam is fixed. Cam is not fixed to its center. That is, it have an eccentric motion. And because of that eccentric motion, the follower has a up and down reciprocating motion. But you can see here the cam is completely enclosed inside the follower. It is difficult to remove the cam from the follower. So such pairs is called closed pair. Second case is the unclosed pair. You can see another cam and follower mechanism in which the follower is a knife edge follower or pin follower, and the cam, you can see from the figure, there is a cam. So in this case, the follower and the cam has a point of contact, you can see here. Okay, and it is very easy to remove both the follower and cam because the follower is not, or the cam is not enclosed inside the follower, or the follower is not enclosed inside the cam. Okay, so such pairs are called unclosed pairs. Type of classification is based on nature of contact. So we can classify according to the nature of contact as lower pair and higher pair. So what is actually lower pair? Lower pair is a pair of links or which has a surface contact or area contact. Best example is a screw and nut. You can see screw and nut. The contact region is actually an area. So such kinematic pair is a lower pair. As shown in the figure, you can see nut and screw has an area type of contact. Also, a shaft which is rotating in its bearing has an area contact. That is another kinematic pair having a area contact, and so it is also an example for lower pair. Another example is the pairs of a slider cam mechanism. All the kinematic pairs of a slider cam mechanism. You can see from the figure itself, this figure which I have discussed in the previous slide. That is link 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4, and 4 and 1. So there are 4 kinematic pairs in a slider cam mechanism. Each of these kinematic pairs are lower pair, because you can see from link 1 and 2, there is the connection is actually the crankshaft. It is having a area contact. So 1 and 2 is having a area contact. Similarly, link 2 and 3, crank and the connecting rod. The crank and the connecting rod is connected with the help of the crank pin. At that crank pin, it has an area contact. So 2 and 3, kinematic pair 2 and 3 is also another lower pair. Similarly, link 3 and 4, that is connecting rod and the slider, or connecting rod and the piston. It is connected with the help of another pin which is called wrist pin, but in case of IC engine, the pin is called gudgeon pin. So both link 3 and 4 is connected with the help of that gudgeon pin. So that gudgeon pin at that portion, it has a area contact. Similarly, for link 4 and 1, you can see here link 4 and 1, both of them is a sliding pair, sliding kinematic pair. That is, the piston is sliding over the link 1, which actually represents the cylinder. So since they have a area contact, it is another example for a lower pair. Higher pair. In case of higher pair, the link have line contact. The links have, or the kinematic pairs have line contact or point contact. Okay, so if the pair of links have point contact or line contact, it is an example. It is an example for higher pair. One of the best example is a wheel which is rolling on the surface, which is called a rolling pair. Okay, a roller is rolling on a flat surface. It is an example for rolling pair. You can see the contact portion is actually a line. If the roller is actually a cylinder, and on the flat surface, the cylinder is contacted with and it is having a line contact. So since it is having a line contact, it comes under the category higher pair. Similarly, cam and follower. You can see from the figure cam and follower, pin follower and the cam. There is a point contact at this point, at this region. So it is actually a point contact which is having between cam and follower, and so it is a higher pair. Meshed gears is another example for higher pair. Next, according to the nature of relative motion. We can classify kinematic pairs as sliding pair and turning pair. Sliding pair, you can see sliding pair, the figure itself. Okay, this in this kinematic, this is actually a kinematic pair in which the inner prism is moving, or it is having a translation motion inside the outer prism. Okay, outer prism. Outer prism is actually hollow, and through that gap there is an inner prism which is inserted. It is having a translation motion. So both the prisms have a relative sliding motion, and so it is called a sliding pair. Another example is the piston and the cylinder of an IC engine. Okay, so inside the cylinder, piston is having a sliding motion, and so it is another example for sliding pair. Turning pair, if the link has only rotation motion, or the links which are connected are having only rotation motion or revolving motion, then it is another example for, then it is an example for turning pair. The figure shows a cylinder which is a hollow cylinder. Inside that cylinder, another solid cylinder is inserted. This cylinder has two collars. You can see these are the two collars. Because of these two collars, the cylinder cannot, the solid cylinder cannot move inside the hollow cylinder, and because of that, the solid cylinder inside this hollow cylinder have only rotation motion. And so this is an example for turning pair which has only a revolving or rotation motion. Now about rolling pair. When the links of a pair have a rolling motion related to each other, then it forms a rolling pair. Okay, you can see here two surfaces, that is A, B, and the roller R. Okay, the roller R are rolling on the surfaces of inner race B and other race A. You can see that figure actually represents a roller bearing. Next type is actually a screw pair. Okay, screw pair, if the two materials have a turning as well as sliding motion, then it forms a screw pair. You can see here in a screw, when the nut and that is a screw on the bolt, it's a screw and the nut. You can see when the nut is fixed, and when I am turning the screw, the screw turns, and also it has a translatory motion in the outward direction. Okay, in this horizontal direction. Okay, so both translation and rotation is there. So it has 2 degrees of freedom for a screw pair. Spherical pair, when one link is in the form of sphere and it is inside a fixed link, it is a spherical pair. You can see here a spherical shaped link. It is fixed to the cavity of a rigid link. The hatched portion is actually the rigid link, and this spherical link can be rotated in 3 axes, 3 mutually open axes, that is x, y, z axis. It can be rotated, so it actually has a 3 degree of freedom when we consider the 3 axes. So this is what is called a spherical pair. Likewise, there are many other kind of pairs that will be discussed in the coming sessions. And also in the next session, we will be discussing upon how to find degrees of freedom of mechanism and what is actually degree of freedom of mechanism when by. So that's all for this session, and in the next session will be named as module 1 part 3. Thank you.